I felt drawn to this. I've only just seen a couple of YouTube videos pop up with his name, and I just today looked quickly on an article just to see who he is, where he went missing from, when his body was found. And I recall that he was only 22 years of age. He had been attending a country bar, like I think it's called Luke 32 bar, where he was not even drinking. You'd say, oh, a young one going out and drinking on the town. He apparently only bought one alcoholic drink and 2 waters, and he was kicked out before 10 p.m. And CCTV showed him stumbling, like as if he was intoxicated, down the road. Okay. So he's on his own. He looks like I don't know, guys. I'm wondering if his drink was spiked or something, because one alcoholic drink, seriously, I know he's young, but that's just bizarre to me that one alcoholic drink and 2 waters, by the way, would cause him to be so intoxicated like what he appears to be in the CCTV footage. Not only that, but if he was... I'm pretty sure it was the bar that actually stated that he had bought just one alcoholic drink and the 2 waters. Why would they go and kick him out knowing that? So they're saying he was displaying behaviors that showed he was really, drunk and disorderly. So it was crazy. I think it's crazy. So I'm wondering if his drink was spiked. There's no evidence of that as such. I'm sure that a toxicology report has been done. I haven't looked into it that far. But there's been some strange things around this case, okay? So his body was found 15 days later. So he went missing on the 8th of March. That's when you see him on the CCTV footage. But 15 days later, on the 22nd of March, his body was retrieved from the Cumberland River in West Nashville. And his debit card was actually found, I think, just prior to his body being found. And that was on the bank of the river. Police indicated no foul play. I think they just thought, oh, he's intoxicated. He's fallen in the river. But there have been reports that I've just read on an article today that his belt and pants, were not on him. So I'm pretty sure from what I've read is that all he had on him was his t-shirt and his watch. His pants were removed. His cowboy boots were removed. And obviously the belt is missing that secured his pants. That's what I've read so far. There's been a little bit of a contradiction in some of the articles. I've read that there was a homeless person that was sighted wearing his shirt that had vomit on it. But as far as I'm aware, Riley was actually, his body was found with his shirt on. So I'm really not sure what's going on with those stories. Yeah, so it's kind of hard sometimes when you're reading articles, what's fact, what's not fact kind of thing. But we do know the facts are that he was kicked out from a bar. He was stumbling on the CCTV footage. It looked like he was greatly intoxicated. And his body was found 15 days later and retrieved from the Cumberland River. One article says he was found on the embankment of the river. Another says he was pulled out from the river. I'm not sure which is which right now. But either way, the family, I feel, and I can't speak for them, but from what I've read, it seems like they are suspicious. They're asking for an autopsy or a second autopsy or something, from what I recall. And we're going to have a look at the cards, see what they have to say. And I'm so sorry for this young man and his family who have no real answers right now. I'm besides the grief and the devastation, I'm sure there's a lot of confusion as well, and wanting to get to the bottom of what actually happened to their son, and their brother or whatever, whoever's in the family there. Oh my gosh, it's just so sad when they're so young as well, their whole life ahead of them, and there really should be some laws, I reckon, where they're, if a young one or anyone really intoxicated is kicked out of a bar, that they're, given an Uber or a taxi or something to get home safely. It just doesn't seem to be the case. But we're going to have a look, guys. All right, so let's have a look here. Let's see, please, for Riley Strain. We just want to see what happened on that night, please, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you for helping me today. I'm sorry, Riley, that's happened to you. It's just really sad. It's really hard to do these cases. You know, any case is hard to do, especially when they're so young. Okay, let's have a look, Riley. For Riley, what happened to Riley, please? Can we get an idea, please, Spirit? What's going on? Oh, there's the party. Celebrations, party, music. He was in good spirits. You know, this is obviously a card where it talks about stability, it's happiness, celebrations, that kind of thing. Usually it can be at someone's home. But what I see here is that he was in good spirits going into the night. My cards usually tell a story for me. The Nine of Wands. So yes, he was, I don't know if he was with friends or what was going on, but it looks like he was quite solo. So yes, he was amongst people, but then he's left solo. And it could be that he was seeking some kind of respite or retreat, because this card usually represents someone who needs to just find a space to sit and rest. And, you know, being kicked out, obviously being on his own, he might have been trying to find somewhere to just get some respite. I don't know. I think one of the articles stated he was texting somebody. It might have been a girlfriend or something. But he may have just been, yeah, trying to find somewhere to just sober up, if that was the case, you know, if he wasn't sober. Four of Cups usually can mean, you know, to me it's drinking as well. Any of the Cups cards when we're talking about alcohol or drinking, but I mean he drank water as well. But this can represent someone who's feeling a little lost, missed opportunities, and it just felt like fate was against him that night. So as we know, everything unfortunately happens for a reason. We can't always control fate. It is what it is. It's inevitable. It leads us to where we're meant to be. But there may have been something where, you know, that sliding doors moment where he may have been offered a lift by somebody on the way home. We just don't know. There might have been an opportunity, as I said before, for the barman, you know, at the Luke 32 bar to call for a taxi or something along those lines. But that wasn't the case. So this poor boy, you know, I say young man, was on his own, stumbling down the street at, you know, 10 o'clock at night, trying to find his way, possibly back home. I'm not sure exactly what his intentions were, but he didn't look like he was really of sound mind, of clear mind, to be able to make the right decisions. And we don't know. I don't know if there's been toxicology reports, if there was anything else in his system. Did he take something? Was his drink spiked? Like, it's just so bizarre to me, the way that you see him stumbling from one alcoholic drink that could do that to somebody. I just don't know. Maybe he's not a big drinker. But the Tower moment, that's when things just suddenly, you know, changed for him. It's this, what I call shit hitting the fan card. Like, this is the turmoil, the destruction. So there's definitely been this walking into it, okay? So it's like it was just inevitable for him that it started off as an amazing night, free spirit, happiness, to just suddenly switching. It's like this sudden switch, just a turn of events that just, definitely shows me the Hermit. Now, this could represent, obviously, someone on their own. He was seen on his own in the CCTV, but there was a lot of CCTV that wasn't able to capture his movements as he travelled further down the street. And we do have, oh my God, look at that, a river right there. Oh my God, there's a river right there. So did he actually walk to the river on his own? Was he stumbling along the way down there aimlessly, intoxicated, you know? Did he use his phone torch to see, you know? It just makes you wonder. It's interesting they're talking about homeless people too. Did he come across someone who might have been like a homeless hermit in the dark? We just don't know yet, but we're going to have a look. And that's the Virgo energy. Got the Aries, I think Mars energy with the Tower. I'm not sure what the moon or planetary cycles were that night, actually. Haven't looked into it that far. But it might have been quite a dark night, not very lit up with the moonlight. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's a boat in the river. So once again, water, we're talking river, moving on into what they would call a safe passage here, but obviously for him it wasn't a safe passage. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of like his soul leaving. This is at the time where things, just didn't go right for him. It wasn't a very good ending for him, because usually this card means moving into calmer waters, and to me it's just representing for this reading that his soul moved on from this plane. The Queen of Swords, I don't know, I've never read a card like this before, but I kind of see it like fate. This is the Queen of Fate. This was just the hand he was dealt with, unfortunately. It could have been by his own choices and stumbling in the dark aimlessly, with mind-altering substances in his system. Or it could have been at the hand of somebody else, which was a callous act. We're just going to get into that very soon. But from the look of it so far, from what I'm seeing, is everybody that I'm looking at in these cards is pretty much solo, except for this card here and this card. Yeah, I kind of get that feeling. This is just such a weird thing, guys, and it's a very deep spiritual thing, that this is, you'd say, like someone... a guide perhaps helping him navigate his soul into the afterlife kind of thing. That's just kind of what it feels like there. Like he's seen the light. We got the lantern in the dark, so it's almost like the light was shown to him from spirit, from source. And I know that I don't want to have to... We do know he's deceased, so that's how I'm reading it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Three of Swords, heartbreak. So once again, it just shows me, because sometimes people can look at the Three of Swords like a third party. We can see it as heartbreak, painful words being said. As far as I'm aware, there was no, weapons used on him from anyone. There was no injuries on him, as far as I'm aware, like any cuts or... Because I'm looking at the swords here. I don't think there's anything like that on him. I'm sure it would have been stated by now by the family that there were marks on him or injuries. Doesn't look like there was anything like that that I'm aware of. But we also have the Seven of Wands, which shows defensiveness. And it's interesting because the Seven of Wands is not that far from the Nine of Wands that we saw before. So it could have been... Now I'm wondering if he did come up against somebody. Did he come up against someone else? Or was it in his mind? Because if you're hallucinating or something, was he afraid? Was he afraid? Page of Wands, yeah, that's him in his 20s, young. I'm still getting even though this card doesn't mean this, I'm getting the guarded, feeling guarded. Once again, another page. Oh my God, was there another young person with him around his age? Doesn't mean, even if there was, doesn't mean, this person did anything to him. Just interesting, they're both looking quite guarded here, like they're ready for a fight or something. That's just how I'm kind of getting it. Were there words spoken? Was there something? I don't know. I could be way off here, but I'm just tuning into this. The Empress. So yeah, out in the elements, because the Empress can represent a motherly energy. It's female, feminine energy. Libra, Taurus energy. Partnerships. But when I'm reading it as a crime, reading, I'm seeing all the green. I'm seeing the lush environment and the water, the river. So I just see it as the outside elements. That's where this occurred. If there was an altercation with someone, which it looks like there could have been, he might have come across somebody. Knight of Pentacles. This might have been something that for him felt like a long journey, You know, when you're under the influence of something, it can just, like, time just disappears from you. You don't really have any real awareness. And it feels like that, you know, 15 days is a long time to try and find somebody too. Yeah. I don't know how far he was. There's another page. So was there 2 people? I don't know, guys. It's just something I'm not tuning into so much right now. But there's emotional immaturity here. Was there someone standing back and watching him? That's just something. I just find it interesting. And it's not to say, like, his pants were missing, his boots were missing. Did a homeless person come across his body and just take his stuff? You know, that could be something as well. Doesn't mean they killed him as such. That could be something that's occurred. Yeah. Let's have a look. The devil. Ooh, okay. Someone hiding in the shadows. Someone I feel that may have presented themselves to be something else than what they were. And this can represent drugs as well and alcohol. So addiction, substance abuse or use. They got a cup in their hand. I'm just, oh God, I don't know, guys. Just doesn't feel right to me. The 2 of Pentacles. So he may have been, because this is about juggling priorities, but I'm seeing it as more like a toing and froing, like a balancing act. Was he trying, caught up in between maybe 2 people? Because I'm getting the 2 pages. I think there was even 3 pages, was there? 3 pages. Oh no, that's for him. You know, 2 pages there. Yeah, I wonder if there was some other people involved. Let's just get an idea here. My crime oracle, thank you, angels. So the family, I don't believe it's them. But yeah, obviously they want answers in this. Was it somebody known to the family? Theft, thief, robber mouse. So his clothes were taken from him, as we know. Someone stole his clothes. His watch was not taken, which is interesting. Don't know why. It's weird that. Burn down, fire, arson. Was something of his burned? Has his clothes... I don't even know if they've ever been retrieved. Have they been burned somewhere? Justice. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Because at the moment, the cops are just looking at it as a accidental thing. But who knows? There might be some evidence that comes through. Uniform, impersonation, corruption, false. Was there somebody in a uniform, or has there been someone in a uniform that just does not want to investigate this for whatever reason? Look at that, a car accident. So did somebody hit him in a car accidentally and then just decide to put him in the river? You know, that could be something. Don't know. Let's have a look. For Riley Strain, please. So we have a female, social gathering, drinks. Now, I know it says suspect, accomplice. There could be a female that knows something or may have been out that night wandering around. If there are other males, you know, 2 other males that I saw involved. Does she have information? Was she out there? Was she partying with them and drinking? Did you know? Because sometimes, I'll tell you what happens. Sometimes when people leave a nightclub or a pub or a bar or whatever it is, they might actually leave, even if they are intoxicated and they're wandering down the street and they come across another group of people who might be drinking in a park, just to say. For instance, right, for an example, was there someone else that he came into contact with that said, hey, come and join us? I'm just wondering. Could have been in the park near the river. Could have been near the river. A male suspect, accomplice, changed appearance, new hairstyle, different clothing, makeup, facial hair. So they've changed something about themselves. It sounds like there's a perpetrator, doesn't there? Opportunity, random impulse. So this was not a planned thing as such, especially if there's been some kind of accident, or like a spiking of a drink. So I don't think, if this is the right narrative right here, where he has met up with somebody, whether it be 2 to 3 people in a small group somewhere, it may not have been on their agenda to actually, hey, we're going to, kill this person. There may have been something that went terribly wrong and they just thought shit and panicked and put him in the river. But I just don't understand either, because I'm not sure if there's been anything in toxicology reports that, if there was a spike. I don't know much about the drug scene. I don't know if there's certain drugs or anything that might not be detected in, your bloodstream in a toxicology report. I really don't know. I should actually look it up. It's something I would be interested in, actually. But even so, if there was an accident here, has there been any bruises on his body? Like, what's been seen here? So there's the death card. Just obviously we do know that he has passed. But seasoned criminal, system knowledge, repeat offender. So it could be that somebody that, the police know the person, like he is in the system, he or she is in the system. And I have to say, I just don't get the idea this was an accident. I'm feeling sick in my gut. The more I tune into this, there's a darker energy around this, actually. Yeah, there's a darker, wow, shit. Look at that, 2 to 4 people, a small intimate group. And it shows I feel it's either 2 guys and a female, or 3 guys and a female, or it could be 2 guys, 2 females. There's something around a small intimate group, and I feel like they're around his age, if not a bit older. They're just, law enforcement, police intervention. So there might be some other investigation. There might be another agency that looks into something. A helper. So someone helped. Yeah, I feel like these people have this knowledge. And I even feel like there might have been witnesses that haven't come forward. Short hair shaved, that could be someone in the group. Autumn, which is what it is here in Australia. Could there be something even, in fall in the US around that time where there's evidence found? Look at this. Secrets, cover up, withholding information. There's 3 people here. Oh my God, oh my God, look at this. The river and creek has come up. So just confirming it to me. Sorry about the phone doing that. It's just confirming it to me that, oh God, I just got a pain in my shoulder, even though I've already got pain in my shoulder, but this was just like a stabbing pain just now, going right deep into my shoulder. I don't know what happened, but I'm telling you, these cards have come up together. There's a cover up and secrets, withholding information around what happened at the river. Forest path, mossy, and accident. So the fact that it's showing me that there has been other people involved and withholding information, and there's a cover up. It's saying car accident, an accident. I'm just still wondering, if these people did something stupid and reckless, maybe not meant to, kill him as such. South of where he was found, perhaps. There's something there, some evidence. Gosh. Known to the victim. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're known to the victim. I kind of got the idea that they were just strangers, but maybe one knows him. I don't know. It depends on how known to the area he is. Like, he was walking down the street like he was heading somewhere. I don't know where he was going. Obviously, he didn't look like he was on a mission or anything. He was intoxicated. He looked like he was intoxicated. A bridge. So is there something under a bridge buried? Thugs, dealer, criminals. So was there drugs involved? Oh, look at that. Stranger. So I was right with that there are strangers, but it looks like one may be known to him. So did someone catch up with him later on in the night? I don't know. Like, it's just strange. Tattoos. Someone might have tattoos. We've got legal court documents, eyewitness statements. So maybe someone will come forward with some information, guys, that they might have seen someone with him, or he may have been having conversations with people just prior. October could be a significant time. And wow, what the heck? No, I can't imagine. An overdose, but that would have come up in a toxicology report, I would think. Or maybe it's a clue that, you know, one of these people may overdose. Outback, rural, deserted. So is that where they come from? Did they drive out that way? Some evidence may be hidden inside, underground something. So underground somewhere. It's interesting. It said forest mossy path. I don't know what it looks like around the river there, but they may have buried his clothes or something in a hole under something. I'm not sure. Spring's another one that comes up. I'm just going to pull out a couple more, not many. Interesting. Arrest and court. I don't know. I don't get that idea right now that anyone's going to be arrested, but you just never know. In April. Wow, we're in April now. Hopefully, if this is correct, that there has been people involved, that, you know, that it comes to light, because it doesn't feel right to me, guys. I'm telling you, there's something dodgy about this. I don't think it's just a simple case. And I mean, I know it can happen, but I really don't believe this is a simple case of Riley being kicked out of a bar and stumbling along the road and then landing in a river like that. And his clothes being taken off him and his boots and that. I just don't find it. His debit card was found on the embankment of the river. I just find that strange. And yeah, I find it strange. It's almost like it was planted there. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know, guys. Oh, and I think his wallet was just... Yeah, no, his wallet's gone too, by the way. His wallet has gone as well. 7 of Cups is hallucinations, it can be. But it can also represent that sliding doors thing, like what choice do I make? What decisions am I make? Where am I going? Having to think things and examine things carefully and clearly, and not wearing those rose-coloured glasses. But I think he went into blindly with something. I think he just trusted whoever was around him. Once again, the water, right, and the drinks and the cups and stuff. Interesting to me. Yep, to me it can represent illusion. Yeah, as I said before, the devil card, there was just something or some people or someone that just wasn't, the situation even wasn't what he thought it was. King of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. And the 10 of Swords represents a very quick ending. So this happened fast to Riley. I don't believe this was a long drawn out thing. This happened actually quite fast. It might have been a feeling of yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like someone was working. What am I getting with this? This guy here. Usually this is a really good card. It's actually got a nice energy usually. But I feel like this person is kind of like the leader. He may even be a person that wears uniform. He's an older guy. And he's two people, I feel. So I wonder, who's this person? Is he helping them to cover it up? Look at the fish. Someone in authority, of authority. Because I get the working card here, the working hard card, the skill, you know, this is someone who's extra focused on something. Did he come across illegal activity? Like, I know I was saying, he's come across people, maybe wanted to join them with something, but I'm just wondering also if there's some kind of illegal activity he came across that somebody didn't want him repeating. God, the King of Swords is another older energy, but either way, it could still be the younger ones I was talking about, with this real, interesting energies here, actually. The King of Swords is very ruthless. Look at the serious look on his face. You wouldn't want to mess with him, would you? Yeah, God, I just get this real dominant energy that he was maybe trapped in somewhere. So he may have joined these people thinking that they were, you know, good people, or Jesus, it's just this horrible energy I'm getting with this. And these people may have knowledge on how to, well, you think of it, right? If you're putting a body in a river, you know it's going to get rid of evidence. Usually water will, eliminate evidence. Was there something on the pants and the boots? Was it someone else's blood or something else? Why was his pants removed and his cowboy boots? It's just weird. Like, you'd think, okay, maybe a homeless person's come along and stolen them or something. That could be. And the wallet, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just don't know about that. It's like these people know how to cover their tracks. They've been there, done that before. Eight of Swords. Yeah, look at that, blindfolded. It's like he did not see this coming. He did not see this coming. He was like circled or like trapped in. He was trapped in. He couldn't get out of it. And they may even know how to injure someone to the point, you know, or kill someone where it won't show anything, like any kind of injury. I don't know, it's just bizarre to me. And that's right. I think this is the case where I read somewhere that, and I've got to check on it again, where I'm pretty sure there was no water found in his lungs, which means he did not drown, which could represent that he died before entering the river. So, the Star. Yeah, I think there's going to be a fresh path opened for this. The family may just push for this. The Five of Cups is the intoxication. I feel the sadness, the deep regrets here. Yeah, I don't believe he fell in a river accidentally, put it that way. I just don't get that. Look what's come up. Look what just flew on the floor. Collaboration, guys. People have worked together to cover this up. I'm telling you, I feel it. I definitely feel it. Oh, God, what's he wearing? What is he wearing? This is so bizarre, right? Because I know this is... I know it's like a card, whatever. But they said cowboy boots and jeans. It just looks so weird how he's wearing those right then. Yeah, there could be 3 people significantly involved. And there might have been other people that have come in to help the younger ones, especially if one's father is a cop or something. You just don't know, do you? I mean, there is corruption. It did say uniform corruption. There's something not right with this case. I'm feeling sick. I'm just sick as I tune in. I really am. Yeah. All right, guys. I don't know what else there is. I'm just going to get another card. I don't know what else to say about it. All I know is that, well, what I'm seeing here anyway, I can't claim I know it 100% because I never claim to be 100%. That I think it would just be really arrogant, of me to be doing that, because I could be wrong. But it's just so interesting, these cards coming up stating there's been something that wasn't necessarily we're going to kill this guy, but there's been bad intentions around something. It's got a really dark element to it, where it may have been an initial thing of, we're not, set out to kill someone tonight, but they've come across him. And it could be that he's either overdosed on something accidentally that they've given him, or there's some injury he's received that's actually killed him, but that can't be found in an autopsy. I just don't know how that could occur. I need to look more into all that stuff. But these people, I don't know, there's somebody that knows how to cover things up, but yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre. That's coming up weird. Higher calling. Yeah. I think the universe is going to step in, guys. It's just, yeah, maybe things are going to start being seen. The star is a wish coming true. It's the healing and the inspiration, the hope for new information. Maybe people higher up are going to come in and reinvestigate or open it up or something. Aries energy, someone could be a Scorpio. Scorpio is very much around the water energy too, the darker elements. We did have the Aquarius coming up a couple of times there as well. Crown, connecting with higher self, trusting its divine wisdom. So yeah, I think spirit are going to help bring things together here. Divine intervention. And you are connecting with your loved one in the realm of dreams. So I feel like Riley will be visiting his family in dreams. He might be trying to help them, with the answers here as well, to figure out, what happened to him. Going to help them receive courage. And his soul has ascended, into the heavens as we know it. I feel like he is in the light, actually. So that's a really good thing, opposed to him being, earthbound. But I do feel like he's definitely in the light. There's truth to be discovered here. It's being covered up, but they're almost there to the truth. So yep, I feel like the family need to go higher up and push to get the answers, because I think that Riley's helping them as well to uncover the truth as to what happened to him. I'm not sure if these people have done this before, but it's got a really dark element to it, guys. What do you reckon? What do you know about this case that I may not have any idea about? I may do a part 2, but I'm not sure if it could really go any further at this stage. Thank you for being here, guys. Love and blessings.